What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about my tactical games loadout, what I'm going to be wearing from my plate carrier, my rifle, my belt setup, shoes, clothes, stuff like that. I'm also going to go over my workout regimen to get ready for the tactical games. So we'll just start with the fun part first, right? So my rifle, I made a video about this already that I think a lot of people have liked so far. I'm going to be using make sure you can see it, my Block 2 M4A1 with the primary arms PLXC 1-8 with the Mills Raptor M8 reticle with a top-mounted RMR Type 2. Yeah, I've already made a whole video breaking down this rifle, so if you want to see that, then you can go ahead and check it out on my channel. This rifle had to go to fat camp because if you don't know anything about the tactical games, it's basically a blend between CrossFit and shooting. I don't know what necessarily qualifies as like CrossFit, but basically doing a lot of cardio intensive workouts that strain obviously cardio, legs, upper body strength, grip strength, all that type of stuff. So you're doing those, I wouldn't call them obstacle courses, but you're doing activities and exercises that really get your heart rate up and really strain your grip. And then you're expected to go and shoot competitively with both pistol and rifle. So considering the fact that I know it's like tactical games and you're wearing gear and stuff, but it is a competition. It's a game. It's not meant to like test all your kit. It's to see, can you shoot under extreme stress while wearing minimal kit. So a lot of people criticize it because you're not wearing like full kit and like full pants or like knee pads. Some people choose to do that, and a lot of people have their rifles really slimmed down and their plate carriers are slick and stuff. Well, that's because it's a fitness competition. It's not necessarily like a compete in your gear type of thing. I know there's competitions like that out there. Maybe I'll get into the future, but I only heard about the tactical games a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago, and I found out that there's an event near me here in Utah that I decided to compete in, and I got literally the last spot, and it's still 3 or so months out. So yeah, sorry to put the cart before the horse getting my rifle, but anyway, I really like fitness and I love to shoot, and I combine two of my favorite things, so that's why I'm doing it. Anyway, so that's the rifle. Nothing too crazy. So I am going to shoot with the suppressor. I just made a decision that I want to shoot suppressed all the time. It's just what I want to do. I know a lot of people in the games don't. I know some people do. I've just heard it recommended that if you're shooting with a suppressor, that you shoot with a suppressor cover. So this is one that a guy I found on Reddit home makes them. I don't know a whole lot about suppressor covers, but all the reviews from people who have shot his stuff say it works really well. So I'm shooting my Yankee Hill Turbo K because it's a very short 5.56 K can. So just enough to mitigate that concussion from the shot, be able to, just not have so much going on because there's going to be a lot of people shooting around me. So at least I can mitigate that own noise coming from my own gun. And the cover on so I don't burn myself, because when you're shooting and you're doing the games, you have to sling your rifle and then run back and do stuff with your rifle slung for some of the competitions. And I just really don't feel like burning my calf or my gear or whatever else on the can. So that's why I got the suppressor cover. Yeah, so my rifle had to go to fat camp, like I mentioned a minute ago. It means I removed my light setup. I removed my backup iron sights. And I don't normally shoot the bipod, but obviously the bipod's not going to be on there during the games. So, just an effort to cut down the weight of the rifle a little bit. And then for my sling, I'm going to be using pull it out of my Ranger band here, hold on. My Vickers Blue Force Gear padded sling with Mag Pole QDs. Probably going to reassess where my sling QD point is. I'm probably going to move it to my front because when you're slinging a rifle and running with it on your back, this is too far down. This is too close to the center of the rifle to allow this to swing a lot. So I'm probably going to put that QD point up here so that it's closer to my body and not doing so, allowing for so much movement. I'll probably have to use my stock QD points rather than my end plate QD points. So, yeah, a little bit of reconfiguring. I also changed out the dot on my rifle. I originally had an RMR Type 2 RMO, RMO 1's the one that has the automatic brightness adjustment. I just found it to be too bright, and I've actually been considering changing it out for a while. So I bought just a regular Type 2 RM06. I'm probably going to shed the 100 Concepts hex cap. There's really no need for that. It's, you know, signature reduction for end of the world type of stuff. I'm going to knock that, take it off. I am going to maintain the scope caps on my scope because a lot of people said that their lenses got very dirty and that they kept having to clean them, so they recommend scope caps. So I'm going to keep those on there. Also, you have to shoot a distance. The games kind of vary in what they have people do, but some competitions, they've had them shoot out to like 400 or 500 yards. This rifle is capable of that, but I definitely want to have my drops ready to go. So I'm actually going to reassess what ammo I'm going to be shooting. I might just shoot across the board some 77 grain, or I might shoot some 55 grain. I have to make a decision and then create a chart specifically for that. I'm probably also going to re-zero my RMR to be zeroed at 25 yards instead of 50, because when you're shooting the targets that we're shooting in the games, it's not like shooting steel like a bunch of two-gun. There's some two-gun, but a lot of it is more precision shooting with an elevated heart rate at targets that are like a 3x5 inch index card at 25 or 50 yards. So you need to be very precise. So I'm probably going to change my zero to be a little bit closer on this, so I'm not dealing with too much mechanical offset. Mechanical offset has to do with your height over bore for your optic, knowing where your shot's going to impact at a distance that's closer than your zero distance, because obviously your optic is not directly in line with the bore of your rifle. If you're shooting closer than your zero, then your shots are going to land below your point of aim. So I went to the range and shot at 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, and 100 with both of these optics with two different types of ammo to know what my mechanical offsets are with all ammo types and all distances. That way, you know, based on my zero, I know what I'm holding over for these shots. Anyway, sorry, it's kind of a lot more about the games than I plan to talk about. So yeah, that's the rifle setup. I don't know if there's too much else to say about that. Okay. And then I'm just going to be shooting my SIG P320 M17 AXG. Empty. I thought about slimming this down, but I really don't see a point. I'm not going to buy a whole new holster setup and shed the light. I really prefer to shoot the light on. That added weight definitely helps reduce felt recoil. So that's what I'm shooting. I already have a whole video on this. If you want to watch that, you can go ahead and check it out. Sit down. Okay, go over my belt next. So you're going to be using my Blue Alpha double rig belt. My gear, my like range day kit video also went over this whole thing. If you notice, this also went to fat camp. This had to shed. My double taco for my multi-tool and my light. I'll obviously have tools with me when I need them separate on the range. My SE and my IFAC. Again, this is a competition, it's a game, so reducing weight is the name of the game because you do have to do a lot of running with your belt on. So all that I'm going to be maintaining is my my mag pouches, my dump pouch, and my holster. So you need to be able to retain up to 5 rifle magazines on your person. So that's why I'm keeping the double magazine pouches. I want to be able to carry a lot more on my belt. So again, I've already got a whole video going over my belt setup. If you want to watch that, it's on my channel. Okay. Ear approach really quick, wearing my Peltor Contact 3s, nothing crazy. I haven't really decided on an eye pro. I think I might buy some nicer-ish eye pro, but I'm probably going to have several pairs of backups of clears and darks for this. So I got to figure that out later. Okay, plate carrier. So if you don't know, in the tactical games for the men's division, all men's divisions, you're required to wear a plate carrier that weighs 15 pounds slick, meaning with no mags, no patches, nothing on it, but the plate carrier and your plates has to weigh at least 15 pounds. So T-Rex Arms released a video a few weeks ago about the tactical games, and I can't remember what the guy's name that competed in them, but he talked about how he used the T-Rex Arms AC1, obviously he works for them, with plates made by a company called Jacked Rabbit, and they make plates specifically for the tactical games. And they're not ballistic plates. They're plates that are made to, they're 7 pounds each, that combined with the T-Rex Arms AC1 weigh exactly 15 pounds. And they have seams woven into them, and it's filled with lead shot. So it's flexible in your body. So when you're doing a lot of the CrossFit type stuff, you don't have a metal plate or a ceramic plate against your body. It's something that's more, forms and moves with you. Again, it's a game. That's really what it is at the end of the day, that incorporates shooting and some tactical stuff. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to bother, trying to look up stuff that other people have used or they didn't like. I've read a lot of people use the T-Rex Arms AC1 with the Jackrabbit plates, and I don't have to worry about making sure my plate carrier weighs the right amount or any of that stuff. I already know it weighs the right amount. So for my placard at the front, this is the S-Tac triple Kiwi placard. So I think I'm on the fence between this and the T-Rex Arms shingle for 5.56 mags. This would be a lot more slick and close to body. So I'll probably run this. However, you're going over like barricades and bars and yokes and stuff like that, and you're somewhat, tilted over upside down. So I really want the retention of the Kiwi S-Tac, S-Tac Kiwis for that reason, because they hold on to those magazines no matter what angle you're moving at. So, yeah. I haven't decided yet. I got to do some workouts with this, carrying stuff to see what I like, to see if this is too far off the body to work. And then, of course, I've got my handsome wizard pondering his orb patch. Okay, so that's the plate carrier setup, very minimalist. And then shoes, going to be wearing my On Cloud Ultras that I mentioned in my gear video. There is a high likelihood that I'll have to do up to a 5-mile run in my kit, or more likely just the plate carrier and maybe my belt. I have a pair of Nike Flyknits that I wear running that I'll probably switch into those for that, but for the rest of the competition I'll be wearing my On Clouds. Okay, I think I've gone over all of my gear. So next I'm just going to go over my workout regimen. Log back. I have my laptop set up here. Oops. So I use a spreadsheet for everything. I use Excel to track pretty much all of my work to-do list and my personal to-do list. It just makes it a lot easier. If you don't know how to use Excel, I would definitely recommend it. So I'm already pretty in shape. I'm 5'10", 190. I don't know what my body fat percentage is. I'm not really interested in tracking that. I find that just tracking my body weight is a better way to understand how much muscle mass I have at a given time. My natural body weight is about, I don't know, probably about 155 or 160. And I am the type of person that if I stop working out for a couple weeks, then I start to lose muscle mass really, really quickly. So I have to eat a lot of food and work out a lot to maintain my body weight. My family has kind of big legs, so I don't look like I weigh 190 pounds for my upper body. I know that. My family, like I said, has thicker legs and a lot of mass there, so that's where most of that weight sits. Without doing a lot of leg work, I usually weigh about 180 to 185. So I already lift prior to doing this. I already lifted 3 to 4 times a week with pretty minimal cardio, and that's partially due to laziness and partially due to some leg injuries that I dealt with over the last year or two. I had a near hamstring tear last year when I was getting into more running and sprinting type exercises, so I had to lay off for like 4 to 5 months, and then I had to get back into squats, let my legs gain muscle through squats, and then only like a month or so ago I got back into running, partially because I decided to sign up for tactical games and it requires a ton of cardio. So right now I'm exercising 6 days a week. 3 of those days are cardio and core. When I say cardio, it means that I'm running at least 3 miles with 2 to 3 core workouts in between. Those core workouts can vary between weighted planks, side planks, A-frames, Russian twists, and weighted Supermans, as well as some sit-ups and then just leg lifts. So it's not like a ton of variety. I don't need a ton of variety for my core, but it's just something to work my abs so I'm already breathing heavy right after a run. I'll get home from a run, lay out a yoga mat, and then immediately just take my shirt off and just bust out 3 or 4 sets of probably 2 or 3 of these exercises. So that's what I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My Monday and Friday runs are longer runs, 3 miles at least. I'm working up to do 4 or 5 miles. Like I said, I don't run a lot. If you're a pretty avid runner, that doesn't sound like much. To me, getting back into running after some leg injuries, that's it's kind of a lot. And then on Wednesdays, I'm doing more high impact type stuff. Fortunately, I live next to a high school whose track is open all the time, so I go and do a Texas mile, which is running the curves on the track and then running the bleachers, hopping off, running the curve, running the bleachers and the straightaways, and 4 laps around a track at 1,600 meters or a mile. But on the straightaways, you're running the bleachers instead. So that's what I'm doing for cardio 3 times a week. And then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm doing weightlifting with some CrossFit type stuff. Again, I don't know if all this stuff that I've identified counts as like CrossFit, but it's stuff that incorporates some cardio and general full body movements that are good that I need to do in the tactical games. So my upper body includes, I just do stretching every day, but upper body includes flat bench, incline bench, curls, hammer curls, reverse barbell curls, skull crushers, single arm dumbbell rows, barbell bent over rows, overhead barbell press, front lateral raises, side lateral raises, alternating vertical raises, and then I've got a couple other ones that aren't on this list, but that's what I've got listed. I'm also doing lower body lifts on those days, so that includes back squats, front squats, deadlifts. I'm slowly getting into deadlifts. I have like a weird tailbone thing. I'm not doing as many of those, but some lighter deadlifts. Barbell back lunges, barbell front lunges, dumbbell lunges, kettlebell squats, pistol squats, box jump, squat jumps, box jumps, sled pushes, and sled pulls. So those are my lower body ones. And then my CrossFit type exercises include power cleans, burpees, dumbbell hoists, kettlebell swings, kettlebell overhead press, farmer walks, overhead farmer walks. That means like a barbell and holding a barbell overhead while I'm doing the walk. Single arm barbell hold, which is more or less just a single arm deadlift with a barbell and then holding it for 10 to 15 seconds with moderate weight. Rope climb. I've never climbed a rope. I have to find a gym to do that. I don't have access to one right now. I need to find some place to do that because there's rope climbs in pretty much every tactical games. Pull-ups, chin-ups, dead hangs, mountain climbers, plate pinch grips, sandbag hoist, sandbag walks, sandbags over a yoke or a bar, and then general sandbag exercises, which I'm not too educated on that. I just bought 3 Rouge strongman bags, 100 pound, 150 pound, and 200 pound. I've done very minimal sandbag work in the past, not recently, so I'm buying those to get back into it. Anyway, so yeah, usually on any given day, on my lifting days, I'm doing a major upper body movement, so a flat bench or incline bench, and then a major lower body movement, either back squats or deadlifts. And then if I'm not doing one of those, I'm doing a lot of barbell lunges, a lot of pistol squats, so it varies. But I'm usually doing 1 major upper body movement, 2 minor upper body movements, 1 lower upper body movement, 2 minor lower body movements, and then 3 to 4 CrossFit ones with maybe a core worked in there. And then, like I said, the other 3 days I'm running with core. And then Sunday's my rest day. I've got a spreadsheet that I have a tab for every week where I can drop down and choose my workouts. And then I have a note section noting my progress and what I did, or if I wasn't able to complete something. Anyway, that's my training regimen for the tactical games. Like I said, I'm already in pretty good shape. The biggest item is just getting my cardio in check. I've done a couple runs with the plate carrier. I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm comfortable running at least 3 to 4 miles slick, and then working into doing 1 to 2 miles, up to 3 miles, and then up to 5 miles with the plate carrier is my goal within the next 3 months. So right now I'm running 3.1 miles in 24 minutes and 18 seconds, which again, not crazy fast, but I'm working into getting more speed in there and more endurance. And I'm working in the plate carrier once a week for right now. And then after the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing 2 of my cardio workouts with the plate carrier. And then after that, every cardio workout every week until the event, I'll be wearing the plate carrier. I might pull it out for 1. I'm doing hiking on the weekends. I'm going to be going out shooting about every other weekend. I live somewhat close to a mountain, so I can hike in my kit and then go shoot afterward with my elevated heart rate. So that's the plan. I think it'll be a really good time. I'm pretty excited. I know it's going to be really hard, but I really, really love a physical challenge, and this incorporates 2 of my favorite things, exercising and shooting. So I'm looking forward to it. If anybody has any questions or if you're interested in competing in the tactical games, they have a pretty cool YouTube channel where they're constantly posting videos of the competitions, and their website explains a lot of their stuff. So if you want to check it out, there's a lot of resources. Anyway, any questions, drop them in the comments. I think that's it. Thanks.